Hi guys, I hope that you're well and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to show you through some of my favourite low waist swaps that I have for 2021. I think everyone is starting to make a move towards more sustainable living, obviously with the world that we're living in and the amount of plastics that we're going through. It's quite obvious that we need to start making changes. These are just some small tips and tricks I have to live a more low waste life. I did want to preface that I'm very much of the belief that we don't need everyone doing everything perfectly. We just need as many people doing as much as they can imperfectly. So any small changes you can make to your lifestyle will make a big difference in the long run. Other suggestion is just to start slow. Start replacing things as you use things up. Don't get rid of plastic covered items or non-recyclable items immediately because you're essentially still creating more waste. Make sure you fully use that product, reuse it if you can, get rid of it if you can't, and then start buying the low waste alternative. Don't go out and spend hundreds of dollars buying all these zero waste alternatives just because you've watched this video or you want to start making a change. Do it slowly, you'll make a bigger impact overall. These are my top 20 first time low waste swaps. Let's get into it. I'm just going to do a little interject here. I was actually filming this video yesterday and right in this spot actually I found out that my state Perth is going into mandatory 5-day lockdown, probably which will get extended. It was kind of shocking. We haven't had COVID in about 10 months, so it was very surprising news. We had a very busy afternoon trying to make sure we had all the supplies and helping out our families as much as we could. But I've gone through my first day of working from home again and now we're going to get back to the video. So if you see an outfit change, that's probably why. So now we're moving into the kitchen, which is arguably one of my favorite parts of the home. And there's so many zero waste things you can do in this space just to help lower the waste you create and live a more positive life. My first one is reusable water bottles. This is very basic. This is something that everyone has been doing for a long time and there's a few different ways you can go. You can get a metal one like this that can be melted down at the end of its life and it's really good for keeping things cold or hot. You can also get these ones. These are just hard plastic. They're super durable. They don't break, they don't dent or smash like glass ones. I also just like this one because it has a straw and I quite like straws. Let's talk about periods. Periods can be one of the most wasteful and frankly annoying things that you can do, especially as a woman. I found it really difficult to find a proper zero waste alternative when I first started. And then I found my Diva. You just wash it out in the morning and in the evening and then you sterilize it at the end of your cycle. It's supposed to last 10 years. It's completely reusable, safe, sanitary, and it is leak proof. So it has, I won't show you the whole thing because I feel like that's weird, but it has a leak proof top at the top here, so it catches everything and then you just wipe it out if you're out and about, and then in the mornings and the evenings I just shower it away. Perfect way to zero waste period. So my first low waste swap that I made was a bamboo toothbrush. Nowadays you can get these just in your grocery store. I just got these from my local Woolworths. This one is by Colgate and it's really inspiring to see that people using bamboo toothbrushes has made a big brand like Colgate start producing them. This one is 100% bamboo with charcoal in the tips, so it is fully compostable. The packaging is even in cardboard, so it's a great way to shop low waste and start your low waste journey. I personally love bamboo toothbrushes. I haven't had any problems with them. I think they work great for dental use and I have never had any problems with my teeth. Along with the bamboo toothbrush, another one of my favorite low waste swaps is Floss. This is Floss that I got from Trashes for Tossers store in New York. I got it shipped here because at the time of buying there wasn't a way to purchase this in Perth, but this is dental floss that is refillable and it's silk, so it can be compostable, and it comes in a little glass container, and then this is the floss. So it looks and feels exactly like normal dental floss, but it is much better for the environment. So if you're a big flosser, I highly recommend that. I really do try and keep my house as clean as possible. And one of the things I always struggled with living a low waste life is how to get good cleaners that work, that don't come in plastic. One thing I did for a long time is I made my own surface spray with orange peel and vinegar, and that works really well for surfaces, but I've never found something that works on glass. Metal cleaning products. So I found this in my local grocery store. I know there are some amazing companies, especially here in Australia, that offer waste-friendly cleaning products. This one comes in an aluminum bottle and you can just buy refills, and the sachets that the refills come in are recycled and reused. There's Cove, which is this one. You can also get Zero Co, and there are a few others, so highly recommend if you can get these. It was the same price as a plastic bottle, so why not save the planet while you're cleaning? And it works really well. If you're looking for a way to start saving food in plates or bowls and you don't want to use cling film or cling wrap, invest in some locally made Beeswax Wraps. These are adorable. They're just fabric that's been coated in wax so that it's hard, like a hard sheet. It warms with the touch of your hand to grip to any surface, and then just wash it and it's good as new. You can get so many cute patterns. Once you're done with them, you can just compost them in your backyard. I personally prefer Beeswax Wraps over the silicone ones. The silicone ones we have just don't work, unfortunately. So I like Beeswax Wraps because they just suit any shape and size container you have. If you're someone like me who loves their coffee in the morning but can't quite get the same Nespresso hype because it just creates too much waste, there are two incredible options out for you. I highly recommend getting a French press. This just uses ground beans and it's super delicious, super easy to make, and low waste because you can compost the grounds at the end of the day. Or if you want to be a little bit bougie, is the Smeg coffee machine. We got this for Christmas and it's great. So it's a drip coffee maker. It has a reusable filter in the lid so you can use it an infinite amount of time. The only waste that's associated with making coffee this way is the grounds, and like I said, they're compostable, so what better way to make it? If you're someone that likes to meal prep or take their lunch with them anywhere, I highly recommend glass containers. This one is a solid glass base with a plastic lid, infinitely reusable. I've had these for 3 years now and they're so helpful. I love the glass because it just feels really sturdy and I feel like it keeps the food fresh. And it's also not too much plastic, so by the end of its lifetime it will only be the lid that goes to waste, and it's one lid for years and years worth of food packaging rather than the classic plastic takeaway boxes that you normally get. Glass or even metal boxes are the win. If you are creating waste, which everyone is, don't stress too much about it. Just make sure that you're dealing with it in the correct way. So in Australia we have something called Reusable, which recycles all of the soft plastics that come in food packaging, chips, anything like that. You want to make sure that you've got your normal landfill waste that unfortunately is unavoidable, any recycling that you've got, separate out your recycled materials and separate out your waste compostable materials, food waste, anything that is a natural agent, because that can just go in your garden, in your composting unit or your worm farm, and it reduces the amount of waste that goes into landfill by, I think it's 70% or some ridiculous number. If you love some good butter on toast in the morning, I highly recommend getting a butter dish. This is something we've only just invested in, but it's so handy because you can just get the paper wrapped butter from the store that's recyclable in Australia, I believe, or at least it can be reused. Sits in the pantry, keeps the butter nice and healthy, and it's better than buying those margarine tubs which are fully plastic and you can't really recycle. When you're out and about, try and be as prepared as possible. Take a water bottle, some cutlery, even a container for food and drinks if you need it. But sometimes you just can't prepare for things. Just last week, Sam and I were out shopping or something and we were so parched because it ended up being a really hot day that we had to buy a water bottle. I'm not happy that I bought a plastic one, but sometimes it's necessary for your own health. So we bought the biggest one we could find and we reused this. So this sits in our fridge now. It's always cold water. It's something we will reuse for as long as we can to make sure that it's not just one-time waste. It can be used for its entire life. So my next bathroom tip is to use a steel shaver. This one I got from the shaver shop here in Australia and I've had it for about 2 years now. They are a very close shave, so a little bit scary when you first start, but just make sure you're lying down, sitting down. It makes it a lot easier. They are completely recyclable. They're metal, so they can go in metal recycling. The blades are also metal and come in recyclable paper packaging, so no plastic is wasted in my shaving skincare routine. My next one is another thing, but reusable grocery bags. We have so many of these and they're so handy because buying those shitty little plastic ones that you have to buy in Australia just don't work, and this is a much more sustainable way to grocery shop for your food. Plus it carries a lot more. And you can get really cute ones. You can also get some smaller bags for your produce. So this one, I used to buy popcorn in bulk because it doesn't have any holes for any seeds or anything to pull through. But you can get some really good ones for your fresh produce like apples or green beans. And it just saves you having to use a plastic one each time, which isn't the most sustainable thing to do. Another thing that people have been doing for a long time, but if you haven't been doing, definitely a good place to start, is straws. If you're someone like me who likes to drink all of their beverages through a straw, these are the best things you can buy at zero waste because you can infinitely reuse them. So you can get metal ones, you can get reusable silicone ones with a bigger spout. This one I had for iced coffee and it's really good. You can even get water bottles with built-in straws, so you can take your essentially adult sippy cup with you all day and you're still living a low waste life. So this is the best thing you can do. If you're furnishing a house, there's really no need at this current moment to buy anything brand new. Everything in the world is owned unless it's something really specific that you need. But if you're trying to live a low waste lifestyle, the best thing I've found is to use Facebook Marketplace. We got our beautiful couch secondhand off Facebook Marketplace for $250. That's about a quarter of the price that it would cost if you got it from a retail store. And all we had to do was hire a vacuum cleaner, like one of those liquid carpet ones, get it nice and clean, and it's it looks brand new. It was so handy, it's cheap, it's affordable, and it's also really good for the planet because you're not sending stuff to waste as soon as one person's finished using it. Another thing to do if you're avoiding waste is join your area's local Buy Nothing group. This is a project run around the world, I believe. It's definitely a big thing here in Perth, and it just means that people are re-gifting the items that they have no use for to make sure it avoids going to landfill. So we've gotten plants, we've gotten pillows, all sorts of little homeware stuff that people were just disposing of, and we got to have it for free rather than making it go to landfill. It's a really great way to furnish your home on a budget, but also live a zero waste lifestyle. Another thing you can do to help with your low waste lifestyle is to keep a compost bin at the ready. This is ours, it's not pretty, but it does save a lot of waste going into our landfill. So we fill this up as we cook, it goes into the compost or worm farm every second day so it doesn't go moldy in our kitchen. If you don't have a compost bin or you aren't able to have one, say if you live in an apartment or you've got a specific landlord, you can keep your compost in the freezer in a paper bag, and then on the weekends you can take it to a communal composting facility which will be able to sort your green waste for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this inspired you to make some low waste changes in your life. I highly recommend it. I think it's super easy to do. It can be really cheap, and the impact it'll have on your life and your planet, our earth, is exceptional. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe down below. I make new videos twice a week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, love you.